Oh, they certainly mix, and I was like, I started streaming when Mixer was around. I was on Mixer for a little bit. I'm like, all right, people are playing video games. They're starting to stream and and show their content. I was like, all right, let me get a Mixer account. Mixer's dead. I'm like, okay, oh, okay, well that's gone. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and get back to playing GTA 5 and go back to do my own thing. But then I saw Twitch and some other YouTube. We were uploading stuff on YouTube Gaming, where streaming was coming out, and so that's where I kind of started. Definitely was on Twitch for a long time, and I was actually started my podcast, Midwest Marks podcast, on Twitch, and then I started video games, started doing my wrestling thing off of there, and then I noticed it was doing pretty well, and I was like, okay, maybe I got something here, and that's kind of where it started.
Do you play Fortnite at all?
I do play Fortnite. I have a hate love relationship with Fortnite. I remember when it first came out, I was PUBG all the way, Player Unknown Battlegrounds. I was like, nah, Fortnite, that's for kids. I don't want to play that. And I was like,
Same, bro.
get
We're
that
all
out
the
of
same
here.
way.
But then I was like, you know what? I don't think they're updating this game enough. I see Fortnite, you get to be like Naruto, you get to be WWE people. You're getting so many collabs and whatnot. We got Harley Quinn and the Joker for PUBG, and I'm just like, yeah, I think this game is not gonna last as long as I think it is. And so then I got it on Fortnite. I think it was around the time Avengers Infinity War came out, when the Thanos doing the Thanos, you could be Thanos on there, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna get on Fortnite and check this out. And so that's when I started really getting into Fortnite. And yeah, Joneses. Everybody knows that place on the map, Joneses. Do not run into me. You will not be leaving that place. That's my place. Like, I will literally take you out.
You know what's funny? PUBG. I absolutely suck at that game, but for some godforsaken reason, I kid you not, I was playing on my PC. My fiance was playing on her freaking cell phone, and this girl's getting 10 kills a game in PC lobbies on a cell phone, bro. It's ridiculous. It doesn't. She doesn't play that often anymore. I mean, she's busy being a mom and reading her books and stuff like that. But dude, she is nasty at that game on a freaking mobile device. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, she said I'll play. Oh yeah, that's like I've never understood the enjoyment of PUBG, but she loves it on mobile device. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'm Fortnite all the way. That's about the only game that I play. But
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it does that. It always bugs out. My mic bugs out, and so Theory, thank you for telling me my mic was out. I appreciate that. So I don't think you did tell us, how long have you been streaming for? Because you said you started
Ah,
on Twitch and
that had started maybe what 2014,
wow.
2014,
goodness
2013.
gracious.
Yeah, I was like right after I got out of the military. I was like, it was like 2012 was weird because after I got out of like I got done with my training, I was like, all right, let's go. I used to play video games all the time. Like, what's new with the video game scene? I'm like, okay, let's
Right.
go see what's on there. And I was like, all right, you got Fortnite, you got some other games, got WWE, which I played almost all the WWE games,
Hell
and
yeah.
all the wrestling games. So I was like, all right, so yeah, so it had to be like around 2014, and I think that's when Mixer was starting to blow up. I think around that time, maybe I'm getting my times off a little bit, but yeah, let's say 2014, 2015 when I started streaming.
Damn, bro, 10
Get
years.
Yeah,
That's
it's been off and on, but real like I would have to say when I started like taking this seriously,
Right.
probably 2019. That's
What?
when I actually
Right.
like was like, okay, this is what I want to do
Right.
around 2019.
That's pretty crazy,
what
man.
is Mixer?
Oh my god, that's what's his name? I think Ninja started there. I think it was I think it was a Microsoft streaming app. It was there like in a blink of an eye. It was like that's where everybody was. You can get a lot of views at. Some people transitioned over from Mixer to like to Twitch, and that's where it was at the beginning. But then Mixer was just gone. I think with something with Microsoft buying something, or they get or shutting down, or Twitch just beat them. But yeah, I
Right.
remember Mixer was there for a hot minute.
Well, you know what's crazy is I've never heard of Mixer. I haven't. That's one I've never
Yeah,
heard
me
of.
neither.
Oh,
It was gone in the blink of an eye. It was there for a little bit and then it was gone.
huh. I wonder if one of the other major companies bought it out.
I'm thinking Twitch did. I'm thinking that, or they just no. Twitch was just blew up to the point where it's like, yeah, Twitch is the
Right.
place to
Well, and
go
dude,
stream.
Twitch was it. Twitch has been it for a long time, streaming wise, right? In the idea of streaming, like Twitch has always been the go-to platform. I think also because it lets really anyone in. You know what I mean? Anyone can really
Yep.
stream on there, which is, a big factor.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause Twitch.
yeah. But in the early days of Twitch, it was just gaming. It's gaming. You get a lot more, and I'm just gonna leave it there. You get a lot more when you go to Twitch these days.
Yeah.
A lot more,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm just leave it there.
Well, and we've talked about Kick too, and like kind of going in that direction, but it's the same. It's the same concept, right? You get other things that are not in our department, and that's not really what we're aiming for. It's not the audience we really
Yeah.
want, and I think that's why TikTok offers so much for us, is because it offers the diversity of the audiences to us in specific orders, rather than being like, oh, you get these creepers, or you get these kids that are, and I mean, I guess you still get that on TikTok, but
You get a lot
You
of
get that
that on
everywhere.
TikTok
Something you
anymore.
got to deal with, unfortunately.
that's
But you get
true.
that
Yeah.
everywhere.
That is true. That's very true.
Honestly, though, streaming is fun. Like even like even when you don't have a lot of viewers, like it's just still, I don't know. I enjoy it. I enjoy, like, I feel like some of the people that come into my lives are like escaping from everything. Like, I know
Right.
we've talked about that in the past a lot, but like I feel like I don't know what everybody else goes through in their life, but this is an escape for me, like 100%. Like, just to forget about everything that's going on in your
Right.
day. It's great.
Well, and dude, I definitely
I
agree. Sometimes I'm not always in the best mood either. And it's really weird because like I'll go to streaming, right? And it'll put me in such a better mood than I ever came
Yep.
into it with. And I didn't really expect that, dude, but sometimes it really is such a mood booster, you know?
It is, for
Pretty
sure.
crazy.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. Literally, like I think I had a really bad day at work like not too long ago, and I'm just like, oh man, I gotta go home and stream. I get off work. I don't even get to rest because I'm on my schedule now. I'm like, okay, whatever. But as soon as I press that live button and I see the people that I've known and made those connections with come, I'm just
Right.
like, oh, this is just like hanging out with the boys. This is just like hanging out
Right.
with my brothers, my family. I'm like, I instantly feel better, and it's crazy because I really avoided TikTok like the plague. I
Yeah.
avoided TikTok like the plague. I was on Twitch. I'm like, oh, I'm a
Really?
Twitch streamer. TikTok, what the hell is that? All right,
That's funny.
whatever. But yeah, I was doing my podcast stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm doing my podcast stuff. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm gaming, and everybody was like, my God, you're really good, and like you should go on TikTok to go get more exposure. It's supposed to be it's more like for advertisement, and I'm like, yeah, I mean that's cool. I'm good. I'm good. And then yeah, then I was like, all right, Twitch is kind of hitting the dead end. I think it was like around 2021, 2022. I'm just like, okay, I'm just I'm doing my thing, but I feel like I do need like to get some more eyes on me a little bit.
Right.
So then I had like my J2 with J2 artillery. It was telling me that, hey, you should go on TikTok, bro. You really should. You have actual show. I was like, all right. My friend was telling me too. That I was in the podcast with, dude, go to TikTok, and I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. Never gonna do it. Never gonna happen. As soon as I got on TikTok, I was instantly just like, I was like, these are my people. Like
Right.
this is where
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be. And like I'm so glad I listened to J2. I'm so glad I listened to that friend because it just the engagement, the communication, the people that I've met on here.
Right.
Just it's just a whole nother vibe in the best way. You get a lot more positivity than you get a lot of negativity that I feel. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm glad that I was like, all right, stop being a hard head and get over there and see what it has in store for you. So I'm on that journey right now, and I'm loving it, man.
So did you back out of the Purple app? Did you leave it, or are you still there? Do you multi-stream at all?
I'm still there. I did have an account that was there, and it's no longer active. Because when you're doing especially with wrestling content. I don't
Mhm.
know a lot of wrestling content creators. But I found out trial by fire when you're using their content like their music that is actually in real life. You run into a lot of copyright problems.
Really?
You really do.
Huh.
So it's rough being a wrestling streamer. You got to find out the ins and outs, what's okay, what's not okay, what is I want to highlight WWE. I want to highlight AEW and other stuff. I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm using their stuff and I'm gonna make money. Like, no, that if you come at it with that kind of
Right.
attitude, you're gonna come across like that to those companies, and they're gonna be like, yeah, no, we're gonna make sure you get copyright strikes every single time. So you got to come at it with a place of like, hey, I want to show that what you guys are showing is amazing and I love it. Kind of
Huh.
mentality of it. So it's hard, and I know a lot of other wrestling content creators. They kind of struggle with how to present their content without just straight up like just taking from those companies and
Right.
using their content. So you
Yeah.
kind of find your way to use it a little bit.
That's pretty cool, man. Well, and you can definitely see that in your stream, the way you emphasize, right, the better
Try.
parts of what they have, and I think that's really smart of you, man.
Well, for me, it all comes from just that excitement in wrestling. Like when I first started getting into wrestling, it comes really from that love of going over to my cousin's house. Like I'm from the west side of Chicago. Just go, I don't like saying that I'm coming from nothing, but I'm literally starting from early humble beginnings.
Right.
Just going over that. The highlight of my 10-year-old self was going over to my cousin's house. He has a PlayStation 2. He has all the other games that I didn't really have. So I'm like, all right, going over my cousin's house, playing wrestling games. Uh, and fun fact, I didn't even know they were real people. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a wrestling game. I thought it was like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I'm
That's
like,
great.
okay, so this is what it is. Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, me turning on the TV, finding out that that's that biker tickers coming down to beat the
It's like a
crap out
whole
of Triple H,
show.
and they are yeah, it's a whole show. I'm like, oh, that's more stuff for me to eat up. I'm like,
That's
yes, I
crazy.
want that. So that excitement, that groundswell of like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like I really like this, and just taking that excitement, and that's what I kind of want. That was kind of the jump start for me to for what I do on TikTok, BOE wrestling and whatnot. I'm glad to feel that excitement. I know that really took me from like that love is still there for wrestling and video games. I'm like that lasted like a lot of years. That got me through like middle
Right.
school, high school. And I'm like it was based off that like that. Like oh, okay, life is kind of crappy, but I'm gonna keep on going because I get to enjoy this as well. It definitely helps, and that escapism. Yeah, that really helped. It really like took me like to oh, okay, I'm living my life, but I'm also got this to look forward to. So that kind of stuff like really like helps me like debate like what I want to present on TikTok.
Right, right. Super cool, man. How crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
How crazy.
As far as like my story on TikTok though, my story on TikTok, yeah, I've avoided it like the plague. I started just streaming. The first stream I did was like a wrestling thing. I was like, all right, test stream. Let's find out what happens. And then I was like, holy crap, getting a lot of views. I'm like, what? Okay. Well, that's probably just a fluke. Probably not going to happen again.
Right.
And just yeah, and just I wholeheartedly believe that I came at the right time. Like I think when TikTok Live started, like getting more people, you got really so many other great content creators. Like you had them on your show. I'm like, man, you got this person on your show. George 64, awesome dude, awesome
Yeah.
streamer. I think we came up at the same time. But yeah, I'm like seeing like so many other content creators. I'm like, I really got blessed and coming up at the right time on TikTok. So it's all about timing. For some people, I'm just one of the lucky schmucks that came at the right time.
Well, dude, I think you found your thing, where there's not a lot of people doing it. I don't know if you know a lot of other streamers that do wrestling, but I don't know any. I don't know any that do it. And not gaming and like doing that. I know some people stream the actual fights, or sometimes they do it where they record it, but not where they play it and they do like all the stuff with it. So I think that's really cool, man. I think that you definitely have something unique to offer as well.
Yeah, and that comes from honestly, if like the way I base my schedule and stuff out, I literally offline just get on WWE 2K, whatever game, a wrestling game. I just play. I just play and just like want to make the stories that I want to see. There's stuff on like TV that we never got to see.
Right.
So I'm like, man, like there's something there. There's like if they're like booking your own stuff, making the stuff you want to make, but also
Right.
you and you're getting to see that in a live stream and getting to talk with other people like, oh man, what if this happened, what if this happened, and trying to make that's all about that unknown, that chasing that unknown,
Right.
like man, like let's go find out what would happen if that happened. Like and that for me, that would always draws me to wrestling, like in any like universe mode, like in like freaking Marvel or Star
Mm,
Wars, there's always that what if, and like
right.
that wanting to like write your own story.
Mm,
And that's exactly where I got the Book of Eli from. Like, it's the story of my life. How do I want to write my story and of streaming? And that's kind of where I kind of got that from. Like, yeah, so that's exactly writing your own story, making the stories that you want to make. In WWE 2K games and other older games, you can kind of, it gives you that platform to do that, like right to make the stories, to tell the stories that you want to tell. So that's a beautiful thing, and I'm blessed that they do that. The great creators at 2K and other uh, forums, they knock it out of the park. I'm just blessed to be a part of it.
right.
Eli, quick question. So Honeybee's in the chat, and she said that her son is really into wrestling, and she was curious. Are you you're I assume you're family friendly on there.
I try to be as most as I can. I will be honest, wrestling can get pretty, raunchy, especially back in the 90s. If you know about the Attitude Era, if you know about the way
Yeah,
back in the day wrestling, it can get pretty crazy.
Yeah,
Am I
some
at
of that
that
wrestling
level?
could.
No, I wouldn't say I'm at that level, but
That is funny.
if you go to an actual wrestling event, I've been to a couple of my fair share. You hear some crazy things in the crowd.
Yeah.
You hear some crazy things. You hear chanting, some craziness, and I'm not saying that I promote that. I'll say that it adds to the atmosphere of wrestling, that anything could happen, anybody could say anything, you never know.
Dude.
That chasing that unknown, so
Yes.
you're getting life, you're getting life splashed in your face. That's what wrestling is. You're just getting life splashed in your face. There's going to be some good stuff, there's going to be some bad stuff, there's going to be some stuff you'll agree with, there's going to be some stuff you don't agree with. So I try to keep it as PG as possible. You won't hear me saying anything crazy. Now, I can't say that for my chat. I can't say. I tried like you'd be like, hey, come on, let's stay on task, let's enjoy it. But
It's so
I
funny.
won't say anything crazy. I can't say anything for the people that are on the BOE roster because they love wrestling and they embrace wrestling wholeheartedly. So
Right.
I'll leave it there. The only thing I can say is experience it. Come check it out. And if it's for you, it's for you. And if it's not for you, I
Right.
completely understand.
That is funny. Well, and
fair
dude, I
enough.
love too that so he does this thing, you guys, where he gives the opportunity to the viewers to pick a wrestler, right? As he's doing this, dude. And Eli, you should explain that a little bit because I love watching that, man.
Oh yeah, just there was an era in WWE where someone who was a general manager like every week or whatever, and that's kind of where I took it from. I'm like, all right, what if I made myself the GM, and what if the people in the chat be like, hey, you want to join the roster? You want to be a part of the show? And I think that's what really draws people in. They're being a part of the show. They're getting
Yeah.
to share show themselves and what they want, and what they love for wrestling. Yeah, so they get to pick a wrestler, and then I'm the commissioner. I'm running the show and letting them have matches to go for championship. We do have live title belts. Here's one from a belt that I got from my golden birthday. We call it the Book of Eli TikTok Live Championship. Probably changed names
What?
about 80 times on there. But
Right.
yeah, but I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, a way that no one's done it before. I'm gonna do it
Right.
a way that that I want, that I like. That's what got me into wrestling. So I was like, I don't know if this is gonna play with people. I don't know if this is gonna work. I took a shot in the dark, and it worked. So I like that
Hell yeah.
people gravitated towards that. And yeah, so you can go for title belts, you can go do a tag team. So I like promoting people to like talk to each other. At least like coming from a person who started with low communication, I'm like, when people talk to each other, beautiful things happen. So I'm like, all right,
Super
tag
cool.
team belts. You guys want tag team belts? We'll get tag team belts. You know what? You have to find somebody random in the chat and talk to them and become a tag team. And when I tell you that people literally took that wholeheartedly and seriously, when we do tag team matches, it is freaking crazy because you see the communication between people, and I'm like, man,
That's
this is
super
beautiful.
cool, dude.
Love it.
That is super cool. That's
Thank you.
awesome, man. Well, and dude, this is why I wanted to have you on, is the way you conduct your lives is so fucking interesting, dude. You're so interesting when you do it. Like, even to have thought of all these things, there's these great streamers out here that are really entertaining their chat, man. And it's serious work to entertain your chat for the whole live and to really give a show and then to plan a show, bro. And you're not just like the commissioner and someone else who plays in the game, bro. You're like the director of this story that you're writing, which I think is just awesome, man. And I see the time that you put into these because they're legit streams, dude. They really are.
Yeah, man. It's I'm I guess I'm kind of a person who's like, if I'm putting my whole self into it and I'm not getting much back, I'm like, okay, it's fine, it's cool. But when I do get that appreciation and love back, that's
Right.
not gonna make me be like, oh, I'm the man, I'm the great. I'm gonna be like, no, I want to do more. I want to
Right.
give back more because that's you're giving your time and your attention to me. So I want to be like, okay, what can I do to outdo what I just did? Like, what can I do to even better myself or to go to in wrestling? And there's not a lot of things I'm knowledgeable about. I'm okay with technology. I'm okay with what's going on in the world and whatever. But the one thing I really am knowledgeable about, whether I like it or not, one thing I paid attention to through all the years is wrestling, is because it really and it's coming from a place of love. Like, it's coming from a place of, man, I really love wrestling. I grew up on it. The Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania will always be my favorite match because of what it made me feel. Seeing a bad guy get turned into a good guy during a whole match, like that stuff, like it really it plays on so many themes in life, like making choices, making the right decision, those kind of things, and it really tugs on the heartstrings of my moral compass and whatnot. So that's why I love wrestling. It fills me with love, and when you get that love and from something, you want to share it. So that's exactly where it
Right.
comes from. We did a BOE Hall of Fame ceremony and not too long ago, and it's something like we started like early January 2024. That's when I first started like doing my wrestling stuff, and some of the viewers were like, "Hey, let's do a Hall of Fame." I'm like, Hall of Fame? We just got started. We just started. Like, what have we done to be Hall of Fame worthy? But I always kept that in the back of my head. I was like, okay, if this becomes something more, we'll do it. And I was like, okay, so I kept that, and I think some of the viewers were like, oh, he's just saying, no, he's saying no. I never said no. I just said not right now. But as we kept on going through the months and months and months and having fun and making so many good memories, I wanted to, show them that I was listening, show them that I appreciated those early days of just having like 1 to 5 viewers, having 13 to 20 viewers. I'm like, hey, like I remember those days, and when I remember that time where we were not as going crazy as we are now. So I wanted to do that. So if you can see behind me, there's a wall right there that says Book of Eli Hall of Fame, and those are all the subscribers and viewers that help support the stream. And yeah, so they're wrestlers that are on there. So I think we got almost all of them.
Dude,
That's
We
so
might be
that's a
missing a
cool.
dope
couple, but
idea.
yeah. So I always wanted to keep the BOE fam with me. And let me talk about a little bit about the creation of the BOE fam. All right, one day we're just doing our wrestling stream, and someone's just like, "Man, yo, we're a family," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay." I mean, we're cool people. We're cool. We're a family. I'm like, man, like, but when I got off I was all right, guys, I'm out of here. Catch you later. When I got off of it, off live, I'm just like, I'm spending time with these people every day, almost every day. They want to see me happy. I want to see them happy. They love when we're together. And I'm just like, he was speaking some truth to that. So I was like, all right, we're gonna create something called the community called the BOE fam. And it wasn't even my thing. Like somebody else called it that. One of our longtime viewers, I don't know if you know her, Sarah Bear. She literally like, oh yeah, she is awesome. She brings people together, and I want to say thank you to her because she literally like like seeing what she was doing as a moderator and seeing what I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, I like that. So and we just brought it all together, and we just really became a really good community. I was trying to be something positive. I've seen other stuff where like it can be really negative and not progressive at all. Like I want to be something positive. So I'm hoping that I'm finding those positive people. I'm just blessed to have found them. But yeah, so we wanted to do something nice for the BOE fan. Wanted to highlight them, show that their time and appreciation was very very welcome. So we made the BOE Hall of Fame. So there we go, and we had was so I was just trying to do one night of it. It got so crazy that we had to do 2 nights of it. And I'm just like, and my now I just got engaged or just proposed to my now fiance. Um, so she was happy about that. Oh, thank you. And yeah, so she was like, "Oh, you're doing a night 2? I thought you said you weren't going to do night 1." I'm like, I I, I don't know. Yeah, I can't. But that's how you know you have something great when you plan something out and it doesn't go as planned, but it's in a good way. Like, man, I'm still blown away about how much. So I want to say thank you to the BOE fam. Thank you guys so much. You
Hell
guys
yeah.
fill me with love.
Well, and man, I'm not gonna lie to you. You've got a good group of people in the live right now that are they came through and they saw you, dude. They hella stopped and they're enjoying the convo today because you're on, which is super cool, man. Super cool. Super awesome. Book of Eli, dude, you've been a lot of fun to have on so far, dude. I do kind of want to ask you something if it's okay. So you were talking a little bit that you came out of the military.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Kind of like how that was for you?
Sure. I was in high school. I was in Navy ROTC for years, from freshman year to senior, and for a long time I didn't know what I wanted to do, like as far as like job wise. So I was like, all right, what are my options? And this is kind of where me streaming came from. Like I remember being in middle school, and doing like a career day thing where they're like, oh, like you have that whole bunch of list of jobs that you wanna apply for and want to go for, want to be. And I was like, oh, I want to be a video game designer and whatnot. Teacher going like, nah, that ain't gonna work out for your son. And I'm just like, man, I want to make people laugh. I want to play video games. That's what I want to do, as for a living or for my job or whatever I'm supposed to be doing in life. But reality hits you hard. So as I'm kind of put that to the side, growing, I'm like, all right, well, I might as well join the military. At least I can go to school for free. And I always thought about it. I was in ROTC, saw, and got visited by recruiters. I'm like, okay, let's do that and see how that goes. I had a blast
Really?
in
That's awesome.
in the army. It was the training was awesome. Getting yelled at and then crying in a corner wasn't awesome from a drill sergeant. That wasn't fun.
Fair
That
enough.
wasn't fun. But seeing like how like you random people, and it's kind of like stream random people coming together
Mm.
in the hate of their drill sergeant to come together and be like, oh, we can come together, we can make sure that we cool. And that's what kind of opened up my worldview, especially for me coming from a religious background. Just I was a shy kid as well, just not socially too active. But yeah, then that kind of changed when I joined the military. And it opened my worldview to different walks of life and whatnot. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There's different ways to live your life. There's different ways to go about your business and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, so that's what I kind of took from that. But then I was like, do I want to do this my full time? Do I want to be in the army full time? And then I transitioned to the Army National Guard. Did that for a couple of years. I'm like, no, I think I want to follow my passion. I want to work for a living, like pull myself by my own bootstraps up and go and follow my dream. And so yeah, so I did that for a couple of years. I enjoyed it. I liked it. did I want to do it all the way till I'm what 50? No,
Right.
no, I did not. But I'm blessed with the time I had. I'm blessed that the skills and training that I learned and the people that I've met there. Um, have truly had an amazing time. Um, Not to say it was all sunshine and rainbows. It was definitely
Right.
some crappy moments,
Right.
but overall, I had a blast of being in the military. And yeah, anybody that served, thank you for serving. You know what it is, and
Right.
yeah, and then yeah, that. But I'm glad I went through that because it made me see what I really wanted to go after, and that was the dream of making people laugh, going playing video games, the two things I'm really good at, apparently. So I was like, yeah, so that's when I kind of after I got out of the military, started transitioning out. I was like, yeah, so what now? Okay, let's start chasing this dream. What am I good at? Wrestling. I know wrestling. I know a lot of history of wrestling and that, and I know video games. So I was like, all right, start there and see where that takes us.
That's so cool, man. Well, dude, thank you
Right
for
on.
your service, dude. Honestly, I think it's really cool too
Yeah, I'll
that
give you
man,
some
you
the
just
same
took
thing.
it up. You're like, you know what, life experience, let's do it. And now, like you said, you always have that knowledge, that experience on your belt, which is really cool, dude. Super cool.
Like,
So, serious question, Eli. I ask everybody on here:
Mm.
do you have ADHD?
do I have ADHD? You know what? I have probably not been diagnosed, but I have seen some freaking tendencies in myself where I'm like, yeah, that's probably something wrong with me. Will I go get something
No,
checked
don't think
out?
that.
Probably not. But just because I've learned to manage, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
That's
But
crazy.
Fair enough.
A lot of people learn to live with it, it's easier that way. Well, and over a lifetime, your experiences, I'm pretty sure the military too had its own effect on kind of how to manage your emotions and manage your spurts of energy that you really didn't know what to do with. And so, dude, I definitely see you. I see you self-managing it, I think is the best way to do it. So, dude, congratulations. Yeah, super cool.
so you're saying that I have ADHD? That's what you're saying? Okay,
Probably.
got you. Roger that. All right.
You know what's
Hey,
crazy? This feels
listen,
sometimes
bro.
like
It,
you have that energy though, bro. Like I actually thought you were gonna give me a definite yes. I really
yeah.
did. I really
No,
did.
I'm just really passionate about wrestling, and
That's super
apparently,
cool.
if you ever watch my live stream,
Eli,
ice cream. That's what those two things I'm passionate about.
Eli, I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not a doctor. I'm gonna diagnose you now because I'm pretty sure most people, dude. I'm telling you, when you're entertaining like that, like
Mm,
I can tell. I haven't caught any of your lives. I'll be honest with you, but the way that you're talking in here when you're entertaining like this, you got
yeah,
ADHD.
yeah.
Like
Hey, if
most people that are like really entertaining, like Savage Mike has ADHD. Like I don't know if you guys have caught any of his streams, but
I
like
haven't,
think I have.
bro.
that dude's popping off, man. I mean, he's popped off for a long time, but I mean, the dude's always got like 10,000 subscribers, like on TikTok.
Jesus.
Like
Yeah,
it's
that's a
Well, you know
lot.
crazy.
what? You know what? I don't know if I do or not. I'm sure I'm gonna leave it, but I do know that I know wrestling, and I know like how Deadbeats was saying, putting on a show. I used to do a podcast not
It's the
back
shit.
in the day, and finding
Right.
out what works, what doesn't work, and yeah, but yeah, just putting on a show, putting and being a little bit yourself, but times 10. I've always That's what I
Mhm.
kind of learned a little bit. You be the best way to present yourself is be yourself, but a little bit extra than yourself. And that's the best way to present yourself, especially when you're streaming or whatever you're doing. You're presenting a show. So that's me. Honestly, when I'm having a good time, you can tell I'm having a good time. When I'm having a bad time, you can tell that I'm just like, oh, get me out of here. Like but it's honestly like of years probably of just like knowing what works, what doesn't work. And I'm not gonna say that I'm always feel like, oh, I'm happy. I'm a happy dude. There's
Right.
been some lows. I think
Right.
everybody goes through feeling like
Oh yeah.
depression or feeling down, and like learning how to deal with it, learning what you go through, and you never know what someone's been through. You never know what someone has
It's very
been through
true.
and what they're going through currently. Um, but yeah, there's definitely been some lows for me, and there's you can tell when I'm not doing well. You can tell. But right now, I literally am really blessed by the BOE fam. getting married. So I'm still riding that high. I'm like, yes, I found the one in my life that wants to spend the rest of their life with me. Yeah. But it's probably a mix of that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Thank you, Doc.
That's pretty cool. Well, and dude, talking about, your fiance, how does she hold you down with the whole streaming thing and support you? Because I know, like, for Cole and me, our wives really hold us down. I know Cole's engaged, but he's practically married. Like, yeah. So our wives really do hold us down.
We've been married for 3 years,
Yeah, exactly, bro. So it's just,
Nice.
I'm curious as to how,
basically.
she holds you down.
It's crazy because I really started to doing the BOE wrestling stuff a little after we moved in together. A little after we moved in, and hated it. Completely hated it. Like, no, you're too loud. You've got too much energy. We're not spending enough time together. And I'm just like, you are 100% right on all of those fronts. But you know what? I'm having fun while I'm doing it, and
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. I think she sees that, and she's like, yeah, you're literally living your best life, and I'm like, I am, I really am. So if you love someone, if you love something, you got to set it free, and that means like, hey, let them be their best self, let them have fun, and let them live out their dream. And that's what I'm currently doing, just living out my dream. And she literally supports everything, like whenever she can. She's amazing, and I think one day I was getting ready to propose to her, getting ready to start doing that. I was like letting the stream know, like, hey, I'm gonna be stepping away for a little bit. And of course, everyone's bawling like little children, like you guys just someone stumped on your foot, including myself. And we're just like, oh man, this is just sad. But it was for a good reason, obviously.
Right.
But then I remember I got off live, and she's just like, they really love you, and I think she that was like her first time like, yo, this is real, like you're really like taking time with people and help them get through the day. And she was like, that's really beautiful. I 100% think she supports, and she does support whenever she can. So I'm blessed to have that.
That's super cool, man. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Well, and for someone to notice that you're passionate about something that, like you said, is working very well, and to really let you fly with it, dude, because I think for a lot of us, dude, right now in life, there's work and there's bills and there's serious shit to deal with. And so streaming sometimes feels really hard to do and to be really passionate about when you feel like you have other priorities. But dude, to have a supportive partner that lets you do that too is like key. It really is like key. It really helps us thrive here in the streaming world.
I love how you tied Dragon Ball into that, and you are 100% right, my guy. Just being able to man it's hard. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy to manage that, especially with life. I work full time. I'm pretty
Do
sure
you?
both of you do too as well.
Yeah.
I work full time, and oh well, this is one thing that happened. Like literally, like when I got blessed in the stream a lot, and where she was like right next to me while it was happening. I'm like, everybody's like, yeah, you should go full time. You should go full time. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, know what? I look to my right, guys. It's not happening. But no, but yeah, but just getting that support, especially when you're working full time and trying to manage, trying to find the find your whatever schedule you're trying to work with. Yeah,
Right.
it definitely helped to have support. And, in real life and from your community, wherever you're streaming from, it's really helped me keep going. There's a lot of moments that I wanted to give up and quit and be like, okay, I've done my part. I'm
Right.
fulfilled my dream. I'm gonna stop, but nah, I'm so happy that wave of support and and from her it's been just monumentous, and it helped me keep going.
Super cool,
Dude,
man.
I just got the funniest text in the world. My buddy Sam, long time buddy of mine, Sam is in here, and he has never caught on and seen the podcast, and he did not know that we did a podcast. And he just
Really?
texted me. He's like, "Is this an intervention or something?" I'm like, "What?" I'm
You're
like,
like,
"What are you
no,
talking
bro.
about, bro?" I'm
We're
like,
showcasing this
I
amazing streamer who does these
yeah.
badass streams, dude, and you gotta go check out his stream right here on TikTok.
I don't think he definitely didn't know we did a podcast.
You know,
He's
I've
been all
wondered.
up
I've
for a
waited
lot of
for
other
like
times.
people to know us to really come through, like our aunts or uncles, and be like, "What the hell? What's going on?" And be
What are
like,
you doing there?
"Yeah, this is us. This is what we do." It hasn't really happened to me yet. But
If I could share one story, I literally, there's something for the, if you ever check out my streams, I there's a thing we do with ice cream. I'm not gonna do it here because I want to show respect to deadbeats. But anyway, I was doing that. If you've seen the stream, you know what I'm talking about. I was doing that, and a long time friend who never got on TikTok got on and came and just called me like right after I got off of live. It's like, my guy, well, I don't know what's happening in your life right now, but you need to stop. And I'm just like, oh, I did not want you to find out this way that I'm streaming. I'm a streamer. I'm on TikTok. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that happened.
so weird how discouraging people can be about streaming. They're like, "What are you doing with your life?" It's like something passionate. What are you doing with yours?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude,
My yeah. An older person. Every time I see them, um, get along with them all the time. But when as soon as I bring up streaming, they're like, "And you get you get paid to do this?" And I'm just like, I mean, you can get gifts and whatnot, and there's like gifts. Mm, I don't get it. Never will. I'm just like, I barely get it myself.
That generation,
dude,
man.
I swear the older generation that I used to work with, they would be like, I'd be sitting there watching a streamer like while I'm just working or just sitting there not doing nothing, and he's like, "What is that guy doing? Why are you watching a video guy?" And I'm like, "He's streaming," and he's like, "He makes does he make money doing that?" I'm like, "Yeah, this young generation's ridiculous." I'm like, "Get the out of here, man." He's
Right.
like, "That guy's so lazy." I'm like, "That guy right there is making millions of dollars and he has blue hair." I'm like,
He has blue hair.
"Tell
I
me
know who
something's
you're
wrong with
talking
that
about.
man." Yeah, I'm like, "Tell me something's wrong with that man."
Dude, I recently sent out a video, man, of Jinx asking him
Oh my
what his like net worth was, and it was upwards of 6 mil, dude. I was like, damn.
god. Oh, his net worth is higher than that.
Yeah, exactly. And so like, well, and think over time it's only going to become more, you know,
Yeah.
all the things that he's probably going to endeavor into and all that other shit, all the sponsorships that he does too, man, like just totally crazy, dude. Totally crazy. Yo, so you guys,
Oh
we
my
are coming to
god.
the end of the convo. This has been totally fun, amazingly wild. Yo, Book of Eli, your community showed up a lot to hear from you, dude, on this podcast, which I think is super awesome. I appreciate everyone for coming out. You guys can rewatch this on Spotify. Um, it will be up sometime either tonight or tomorrow. And we always post clips on the convo on TikTok. It's got its own page as well. Real quick, dude, Eli, are you going to be able to play some Fortnite after this for a little while, or are you busy?
I am gonna be getting ready for my stream. We do a Sunday morning wrestling stream, BOE Wrestling. We're gonna be doing that. We are doing a draft, so we kind of just how we people are picking wrestlers and whatnot. We're gonna be doing that,
Yeah,
and I know the BOE fam are excited for that. So I'm gonna be doing that. But I'm
sweet.
definitely down to play some Fortnite with y'all in the
Well,
future. I'm down.
that's what I'm talking about, dude. I'm actually going to get your gamer tag from you. And what we'll do is I'll add you up, dude. And next time we see you on, we're just going to play together. Me and Jeb usually play quite a bit. I know that I'll be playing all day today. I don't know if Jeb has anything planned.
I got the go ahead from the moment I woke up. She was like, "You can play till 2 o'clock if you want." And I'm
That's what
like,
I'm
"I'm
talking
not gonna
about.
play till 2 o'clock, but I'll definitely play."
That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. Awesome. Well, dude, and if you see us on after everything, dude, just let us know and we'll definitely link up and play. But Book of Eli, dude, it's been an honor to have you on. Thank you for being season
Yep.
3, episode
You're
1,
very
my
good.
man.
I'm honored. As soon as you hit me up, I was like, "Oh, I'm going on a podcast. Let's go!" Especially coming from somebody that did a podcast way back, and I'm like, I know what it is to be on one and to share those moments, and it's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate you, Deadbeast. Thank you so
Yeah,
much for
man.
inviting me. I am going to be starting a podcast. I'm getting back into it. You helped inspire me to get back into it, my guy. It's going to be called the BOE Wrestling Podcast. So we're going to be highlighting wrestling, especially like modern day. We got Netflix, Netflix era coming in. WWE is going to Netflix. You got HBO, you got AEW going to HBO Max, and we just saw the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and everybody was having
Wild.
issues watching that.
That
And
was
so
wild.
if that's what it's looking like, it's going to be interesting to talk about. So be looking out for that. And I hope to have you on as a guest in the future, my brother. Would love to have
Dude,
you
for
on.
sure. Well, and it sucks that we really didn't get to talk about the podcast. I actually really wanted to cover that, and we didn't get the opportunity to. But, dude, we are going to do next season. We're actually going to bring people back that we didn't get to fully talk to. And so I think me and Cole are really going to break down over the last couple seasons, see who we wanted to get more information from and really talk to. And so season 4 is going to be really about that, man. But you were the beginning of season 3, and I really do appreciate you for being on. You're totally amazing. And everybody who's in right now, I know a lot of you already watch him, but he's gonna be doing a stream in a minute. Go check him out, dude. Go vibe with him for real because he is quite the entertainment, man. I love it. Super cool.
Hey,
Super
use
awesome. All right, you guys.
ADHD to my advantage. I give me all the ADHD.
Yeah,
I'll
there you
use
go.
that. No, okay, I'll stop.
That's funny. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, that is the sign off for the convo. We will see you next Sunday. Peace out.